Well, we've still got wrists and fingers left.
If we said everything there was to say about wrists and fingers, we'd have to make a whole new video. There are more acute injuries in the hand than any place else in the body, but most of these never see the inside of a doctor's office. People treat them by themselves, usually pretty successfully, but not always. The number of permanently crooked fingers testifies to that. Let's just talk about a couple of injuries here. The first one is a navicular fracture. It's the worst of the bad things that can happen to the wrist from a fall in your outstretched hand. The navicular is a bone that lies just at the base of your thumb, just beneath the hollow that's formed when you extend your thumb. It's tiny, only about the size of the last joint in your little finger. When the force from falling surges into your wrist and reaches the little navicular bone, it can break from the impact. You'll know when it happens, it'll hurt, and even worse, you'll lose this ability to fully bend your wrist, perhaps permanently. There's no getting around it. Navicular fractures are nasty, and they're often not diagnosed correctly. It may seem to be nothing more than a sprained wrist, so people do nothing about it until it's too late. So, see a doctor. Any fall in your outstretched hand that bends the wrist back and hurts for more than a day or so, not necessarily with a lot of swelling, should be seen by a physician. And it probably should be x-rayed. This is one instance when you should overreact and see someone more quickly than you might otherwise, and take more x-rays than you might otherwise. The injury is a tough one, even for a professional to treat, but it's much more difficult and dangerous to ignore it and try and live with it. But people try to ignore and live with the next injury all the time. I'm talking about a sprained or jammed finger.